What's going on? I hope you're having a great weekend. I know it's the first week of football season, so as a huge New England Patriots fan, I'm pretty excited about this weekend. But I hope you guys enjoyed your Saturday and are enjoying your Sunday as well. Today's newsletter video, one of the things I really wanted to talk about today was some strategies for meal prep, and then also take you through what our kitchen, my wife and my kitchen, looked like, and show you the 4 appliances that we tend to use the most that make life a lot easier as far as eating healthy foods, but also eating good things that we'd like to eat that taste delicious. Rufus is trying, my dog's trying to make a cameo here somehow behind the counter. So this all came about the other day. I was talking with one of my clients, and meal prep has been something that he was struggling with a little bit, just kind of a hang-up. So we started kind of diving into it and trying to figure out what the issues were. Was it, well, it just feels like it takes a lot of time and I don't have that much energy at night, or what are the things that I can do maybe to make this more efficient, make prepping my meals easier so all I have to do is cook, and what are some strategies or ways that I can basically cook things quickly that still taste good as opposed to microwaving or ordering food out or something like that. So as we kind of dove into this, some of the things that we started realizing are at the end of the day, and this is probably the case with a lot of people, at the end of a long work day, the last thing you want to do is come home and start chopping up vegetables and preparing meat and things like that for dinner, and all of a sudden it feels like it's a really big ordeal. It takes 30, 40, 50 minutes, maybe an hour and a half beforehand, and you're really hungry. Whereas the idea of not doing anything after a long day when you're already tired and you get home, and just ordering some food or walking across the street or picking something up on your way home that's probably not nearly as healthy of an option for you, becomes that much more appealing. Obviously, the problem with that is that you have no control over the food that you're actually putting in your body, and you know what you're ordering, but you don't know what the ingredients are. That's not to demonize specific things, but more or less that you're probably going to ingest a lot more calories. If your goal is weight loss, that's going to be a big, big problem for you, because you're going to eat a lot more than you're going to burn throughout the day, and it's really going to hinder your progress. And for that matter, if your goal is to build muscle, again, the same thing, you want to make sure that you're eating the right kinds of food that fuel your body, aid recovery, and allow you to hit the next gym session that much harder. So getting back to the topic at hand here, we were talking with my client about this, and the more that we dove into it, we realized, well, okay, actually, maybe meal prep isn't the biggest thing, and the idea of chopping up vegetables or cooking rice or quinoa isn't really as much of a time suck as he thought it was, but it feels like a big ordeal. And whether it actually only takes 5 minutes or it does take 30 or 40 minutes, if it feels hard and it feels like it's going to take a long time, the chances of you doing it are probably slim. So one of the strategies that a lot of people will talk about, and you've probably heard it before, is take your Saturday, your Sunday, that 30 or 40 minutes of downtime before you start winding down for dinner, or maybe in the afternoon when you have a break, and start dicing up vegetables that you're going to use throughout the week. If you bought a bunch of zucchinis at the supermarket, cool, cut them all up now, and then you don't have to worry about it. Same thing with the peppers and onions. Diced peppers and onions, if you throw them in a good Tupperware container or even a good Ziploc bag, will last a very long time, and it certainly takes out the hassle of having to chop them all up before you prep your food. Have things that are easy to use that taste good as well, that can be made into things quickly, like canned crushed tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes are something that we almost always have in the house, and they're a great complement. We get our veggies in as well that way, but they're a great way to sauce something up too, make it a little bit more flavorful. Minced garlic in a little jar of the can that you can keep in the refrigerator. Again, the same thing. Another great way to add flavor to your meals. And then the last tip that we realized is something that would help him, and it's probably something that a lot of you run into, is you might go to the supermarket and buy a bunch of meat, chicken, beef, pork, whatever it is, lean cuts of meat that you plan on cooking, put some in the fridge and then the rest in the freezer. But as the week goes on, we forget to take them out of the freezer, put them in the fridge, and then all of a sudden it's Wednesday and you go, oh no, I haven't thawed out that lean ground beef or those chicken breasts or whatever it is, and I don't want to really throw them in the microwave. I hate doing that. It never tastes the same. So the strategy that we came up with was simply just set a recurring reminder on your phone as a part of a calendar or an alarm with a little note that says, remove meat from fridge. Now, in order to make this work, because some things do take longer to defrost than others in the fridge, you've got to have 2 pieces or 2 types of protein already defrosted, completely good to go in the fridge. If you're cooking some sort of lean protein every night, then you're going to cycle through them pretty quickly. And you just want to make sure that you always have at least two types of protein in there. So that way you have at least 2 days for that meat to thaw out. Since we started talking about that, I'll be interested to see, how the results play out for him. I honestly think they're going to be phenomenal because that's the big hang up for him. But another solution for you, if you're one, maybe a vegetarian, or two, somebody who, forgets this, something that we love to have. It tastes delicious. It kind of satisfies the pasta craving, and it has a ton of protein in it, so you don't have to worry nearly as much about, am I getting in that chicken or that beef or that pork or whatever, is black bean pasta. Any bean pasta really will do. They carry a ton of protein. In this one bag, for example, here, which is about 4 servings, each serving contains 25 grams of protein. Now, we all know that we probably eat more than one actual serving size when we help ourselves. So imagine that, even if you were really close and maybe just a little bit over your serving size, you're still getting 30 grams of protein. Now, they're actually almost 2 to 1 as far as protein to carbohydrates range goes. You're at 25 grams of protein and only 17 grams of carbohydrates in this black bean pasta. I would encourage you all to read the nutrition labels of anything you buy. But this is another great alternative to have a good protein in there. I mean, you dice up your vegetables, you eat that, and you're good to go. And now, like I said, you've not only kind of satisfied that pasta craving, which a lot of us generally have. It takes 10 minutes to cook this stuff, not including the time it takes to boil the water. And boom, your meal is ready in 15 minutes. You'd be waiting a lot longer if you ordered for delivery. So those are, again, the strategies that we've come up with. But the other things that I want to go over that generally seem to help a lot of people with weight loss, and I cannot, recommend these 4 things enough. And this is not a product pitch. This is just showing you what we own. Are these 4 appliances. I'm going to start on the left. This right here is my favorite thing. Now, my wife doesn't really like carbonated beverages at all. She doesn't really drink soda. I'm not a huge soda person, although occasionally I need to have my diet soda fix. I do drink too many energy drinks, for sure, I'll say that. I don't believe that they're cancerous or or not cancerous, but deadly to everybody. And even the person that consumes a lot of them is probably not going to have this horrible effect. But needless to say, I definitely am consuming more caffeine than I probably should. That being said, I love carbonated beverages, and seltzer has always been my go-to. Now, seltzer is a great healthy alternative as opposed to soda if you're just kind of hooked on the idea of that fizzy kind of drink. This right here, the Soda Stream, will allow you to make sodas if you want, so you can buy yourself the diet soda mix that they sell as well. So you're not getting in any extra calories. You're not drinking your calories, as we talked about. But it allows you to carbonate, how much each bottle has. And like I said, it kind of kills that fix for you. So for me, I go through probably 2 or 3 liters almost a day. I'm a fiend for sure. But I'm saving a lot of money by doing this as opposed to buying bottles of seltzer. And again, like I said, it's 0 calories. I'm not drinking extra calories, so I can actually enjoy my food or more food. The quality can be better, the type of density of the food can be better, simply because I'm not worried about, oh my God, well I just had that 200 calorie soda there, and then I had that 400 calorie latte, and yada, 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 yada. Great tool to have in your pantry. I think it's $75 or $80 or something like that for this model, but you can look if that's something you're interested in. The one thing that I tell everybody to get, and again, it doesn't matter the brand or whatever, is a slow cooker. We have a crock pot here, and this thing is the greatest asset as far as eating healthy meals that taste delicious and take absolutely no effort at all. It's just set it and forget it. My favorite thing, especially now that fall's coming up and football season, as we just talked about, is chili. Chili in this is amazing because I can actually make it and let it steep in here for a while, for 8 hours, 9 hours, however long I'm cooking it. But on top of that, I just put it in and I walk away. I leave it. I don't have to be home for this. I'm not going to light the house on fire or anything like that. It just cooks nice and slow. The flavors are unbelievable in it. But that's just one example. We also use this to make boneless chicken breasts that we then shred up and we store in the fridge. And again, I've kind of talked about this through some of the newsletters, but the shredded chicken, or pulled pork for that matter, which can also be made in here, which is delicious. You get a good lean cut of pork. It can be a great healthy alternative and way to eat something you actually enjoy. You can sauce it up differently every time as you reheat it because it actually keeps really well in the fridge. It doesn't dry out. It doesn't get gross. And these are just a couple examples of things that you can do. Now, most times when you buy a crock pot, or if you already have a crock pot, it came with a cookbook. If not, you can go online and find about 3,000 recipes, within your first Google search of things that are delicious that you can make. The third thing here that I have is a big wok, or stir-fry dish. We probably eat stir-fry 2 to 3 times a week. And a big reason for that is it's easy and it's quick. If the vegetables are cut up, or if they're not cut up, we can chop them up in 5 minutes. We don't mind doing that so much. But again, if that's your hang-up, chop them up ahead of time. And once they're chopped up, a little bit of olive oil in the pan, throw the veggies in, let them start sauteing, or throw your meat in, whatever protein that you're going to use. That cooks up pretty quick as long as you've chopped it up into small pieces. And you can buy stir-fry cuts at the supermarket, so there's no excuse there. Throw the veggies in, and within 5 to 10 minutes, everything is cooked up. You can season it deliciously, and again, you have a nice healthy meal that tastes amazing. Again, 15 to 20 minutes tops, including prep time, for cooking that meal. And you'd be waiting a whole lot longer if you ordered Chinese food, Thai food, whatever. The last thing, and this is one that I want to show everybody because I know a lot of people run into issues with breakfast, and mainly skipping breakfast or getting breakfast at Starbucks in the form of a caramel macchiato and pastry of some sort, or bagel, or whatever. The words aren't coming to me, I guess. So my wife we have a couple different ways to make smoothies, but essentially that's what we're talking about here. Some form of a really high-speed blender that'll allow you to juice things, or like I said, just make a smoothie that you can throw some protein powder into, or some things that are high in protein that you would actually want in a smoothie. For example, Greek yogurt, milk, yada, yada, yada. We have two of them. We have a Vitamix, but the one I'm showing you here is the NutriBullet, just because it makes smaller servings, and the Vitamix is a pain in the butt to pull out of the cabinet. Now, if you use the Vitamix a lot, it's not that big of a deal. I just didn't want to haul it up because it's stored kind of high in our shelf. My wife, probably 4 or 5 times a week, will make smoothies consisting of frozen fruit, milk, almond milk, some Greek yogurt rather, and maybe a little bit of protein powder. And then she likes to throw veggies in there too. Spinach is delicious in these shapes, especially with a little bit of fresh fruit like mango, peaches, or frozen fruit for that matter, which you can buy at the supermarket. Just grab a little bit of the frozen fruit, bring it in here, blend it up, and now you've got a nice cold smoothie. She's made some of them for me, and I have to say I'm not a big smoothie person, but they're delicious. I'll try to grab some recipes from her if you guys give me a good response and say that you're interested in that stuff as well. I'm sure she'd love to make a cameo on the newsletter and on the videos. So those are the 4 appliances. Some of the strategies that we talked about again are prepping the food on a Saturday or Sunday when you have a little bit of downtime, just cutting up the vegetables, getting things ready to go, keeping staples in the house that are really quick and easy to cook, but also healthy options like the black bean pasta or any kind of bean pasta for that matter. Like your canned or crushed vegetables, crushed tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes, things like that, whole tomatoes, stuff that's easy to make. I even don't mind, I'll eat frozen vegetables. Now I know a lot of people get all grossed out by those steam fresh frozen vegetables because they're not super crisp. But in a pinch, I'd rather do that than not have vegetables at all. Like I said, and then the last thing was setting that reminder on your phone, on your calendar, to take the protein out of the fridge, making sure that you always have at least 2 sources of protein, of meat in the fridge, so that you're ready to cook them up, and then keeping the rest in the freezer, but just replenishing every time you take one out, you put one in, so on and so forth, and you will be good to go. You'll always have something that's defrosted and ready to cook. And again, like I said, it'll probably be pretty easy. And then the last 4 things here are the appliances that we use the most. My SodaStream, which my wife hates, the crock pot, which we both love, the wok, which we both love, and then, like I said, the NutriBullet or any sort of juicing blender type of thing that my wife loves to make smoothies with. I hope this video has been helpful. I know it's a little bit long, but like I said, I hope it's been beneficial for you. If you have any questions, you can always email me. You can respond at the bottom of this email that the video is attached in, or just shoot me an email entitled whatever you have a question about to rob@robthetrainer.com. Again, rob@robthetrainer.com. Hope you guys are enjoying the rest of your weekend. Didn't take you too long here with this video, and have a great one. We'll see you next week. Take care.